All right, in this video, we're going to set up a spreadsheet for a loan. So let's pull up an untitled spreadsheet here, and maybe we'll just title it while we're at it. How about that? Let's call it loan spreadsheet. No, let's call it installment loan. Okay, so we're going to start off with our headings. We're going to go month, then we're going to go monthly payment, then we're going to go interest, and we're going to go amount to principal, and then we're going to go balance. Okay, so we need to spread these out. Let's make it look nice. Let's highlight those, maybe center them up a little bit, and maybe make this column a little bit bigger. You can actually do other things like wrap text and stuff, but we'll just do that. Okay, so let's start with our months. We're going to go 0, 1, 2, get that started. Grab a couple of those and then pull that down however far we need. We'll probably have to do more later. Okay, monthly payment, we'll come back to that. Oh, let's freeze our top row. I really want to freeze that top row. Where was that again? View, freeze, row 1. Yeah, I like that. That looks great. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to set up for the car loan. Let me paste that information in here. All right, so remember we were borrowing $19,560. So we're going to put that as our starting balance right there. And now you were given the monthly payment on this one, but let's pretend like we didn't know it, okay? Because in the future, you're not going to know it. So let's put up here the monthly payment, or do I want to put it there? Let's put it here. We're going to start it in 1. So we learned how to do that in the last video. So we do equal PMT. The interest rate is 4.7%. So 0.047 divided by 12. This loan is 5 years. So 5 times 12 is 60. Then the starting balance is $19,560. And we want to pay it off till we get to 0. There might be some cases where you only want to pay it off till you owe 500 or something. If that was the case, then you'd put 500 in there for your ending number. Enter 366.44. All right, awesome. Okay, so now to find the interest, what we're going to do is we're going to take the principal times rate times time, but we want to use this balance, right? So for our interest, we're going to go equals, and then we're going to click balance, and then we're going to hit times. We're going to do 0.047 and then divide by 12. And that's our interest. Okay, the amount to principal then, notice how this came up as a negative. So we're going to add these two numbers together. This is going to get taken off my balance, right? This negative is going to get applied to my balance and make it smaller. But the interest rate, the interest, they're going to take that out of this first. So the amount to principal is going to be equals this plus this equals. Okay, those two things added together. So if I send in $366, they take 76. That's only $289 that's going to be applied to my balance. All right, so now my new balance is going to equal my old balance plus my amount to principal. Because it's negative, I have to hit plus, not minus. Okay? So this number should be smaller, which it is. All right, so now for our fill down, we need to be careful because this monthly payment's going to stay the same. I think what I want to do, let's see what happens if I try to fill down. I'm nervous about that. Well, that worked. Okay. Oh, you know what though? Yeah, let's not do that. Here, let's do this. We're going to hit equals and then this guy. And then enter. All right, and then fill this down. So all these monthly payments now below the original will change. If I change just the top one, I won't have to fill down. See, watch this. I'm going to change this to 29,000. Okay, 29. Enter. Now everything changed. I don't have to fill down again because we told the spreadsheet, this cell, to look at the first one, and then every other cell is is also looking at the one above it, if that makes sense. So it's a little, save some time when we change our monthly payment later. We'll only have to change it here and then it'll fill down correctly. Okay, so now these guys, we should be able to choose these three and fill down as far as we want to go. How long does this go? We got to go to 60? Oh boy, I didn't fill down to 60. Okay, we're going to have to go down farther. Let's do that. Great. Okay, let's highlight these. Let's take this to 60 so we know where the heck we're ending. 57, 60, and then we got to fill this one separately down to 60. Beautiful. And then we'll grab these three together down to 60. Look at that, 0. That's what we're expecting. We want after 60 months to have a balance of 0. Now I know I'm going through this kind of fast. If you need to pause the video or get your spreadsheet caught up and then check with my numbers, see if you agree. Alrighty, let's answer some questions. Find the total amount of interest paid by adding up the interest column on your spreadsheet. All right, that's easy enough. Let's go to our interest column down here, equals the sum, and look, it's populating for me there. I like it what it's suggesting, so I'm just going to hit that, and I want to change this to money just because I like it to look like money. There we go. All right, $2,426. That is the interest. C, let's find the total amount of interest paid in another way. Find the total amount you paid back and subtract the total amount you borrowed. The difference is the extra money you paid, which is the interest. Now, this particular question, question C here, we should be able to do this without a spreadsheet. So this could be a kind of a problem you see on a test where you're not using a spreadsheet. So let's go over here and write it down over here. So the way we're going to figure out the total amount that we paid is we are literally going to use the monthly payment, which is $366.44. So we know that we paid $366.44, and how many times did we pay that? We paid $366.44 per month. For how long? It was 60 months, right? 5 years times, and we paid that for 60 months. Oops, forgot my end. So we're going to multiply those together and see how much we ended up paying. 366.44 times 60 months. We ended up sending in $21,986.40. $86.40. Now, how much did we borrow? Well, we only borrowed $19,560. So if I subtract off $19,560 from that, that is the extra that I paid. I paid more than I borrowed, right? So that additional amount that I paid back over what I borrowed is interest. And if I subtract those, I'm running out of space, I'll write it over here. I get $2,426.40. Now over here, we got pretty close to that, didn't we? It's just a few pennies, probably just a rounding error there. $2,426.34. Pretty good, right? I mean, you don't even need that whole spreadsheet to figure out how much interest you're going to have to pay. You just figure out how much you pay back and subtract that from how much you borrowed, right? Pretty easy. Now, the cool thing about the spreadsheet is that it shows you how your interest is broken out. You're not paying the same amount of interest every month. At the beginning, you're paying more interest per month and less towards your principal. And at the end, that number goes down, down, down. Let's look at the next question. If you want to sell your car after 3 years, how much will you still owe on the loan? Well, this is another cool thing about having the spreadsheet. We can just go find that number here. So 3 years, that would be 36 months, right? So that'd be down here, 36 months. My balance, I could highlight that, is going to be $8,378. So if I want to sell my car in 3 years, if I can sell it for $10,000, I still owe the bank $8,378. So I'm only going to have whatever, $1,600 out of my sale of my car. Does that make sense? So you need to think about how the values of cars change. Maybe I could sell it for more, but cars tend to depreciate quite a bit. Trucks, not quite as much. So you could look at this spreadsheet and see your balance at any time. Maybe you'll hold on to it for 4 years. Then you'll only owe the bank, look at that, 1 extra year made a big difference because you're not paying very much interest. If you could hold on to it for at least 4 years, you'll only owe $4,200, and then if you could sell it for 8 or 9 or 10,000, you'd have some cash left to go buy another car. All right, let's look at the last question. Suppose you paid an extra $50 per month in addition to your monthly payment. Use a spreadsheet to determine how much interest you would save over the life of the loan. So literally what we're going to do here is we're going to go to our monthly payment calculator. And here we've got our monthly payment of $366.44. We're going to send in some more, okay? So how much more do we want to send in? We want to send 50. Now remember, this is a negative, so you don't want to add 50 to this because that'll make it like negative 316. You have to add a negative 50. You have to add a payment. So add a negative 50, or you could write minus 50 if you want. But that payment should get bigger. We sent in an extra 400 and bigger negative, right? So now let's see how that's cool. Automatically updated. Everything automatically updated. So now we can go see how, let me get rid of these yellow. When do we actually pay it off if we send in an extra 50 bucks? Let's find it. It's going to be pretty much right here, right? It's going to be pretty much right here. We'll owe $3. We'll just send in that last $3 with our last payment. So if we send in an extra 50 bucks a month, we'll have it paid off in 52 months instead of 60 months. Now let's figure out how much interest we would save. So what we could do is we could sum up the column here. This number's not good anymore because it's adding these negatives in. So let's change it to the sum only through 54, C54. So C54. Okay, so now we're paying $2,093 in interest. What was it before? Like 2,400? So let's go write this down. So now we're paying 2,093. If we send an extra 50 bucks a month, oh wait, that's down here. $2,093 in interest. And without the extra payment, oh, I erased this one. Let me put it back. We were paying, we paid $2,426.40 in interest without the extra payment. So if I subtract those, looks like it's going to be about $300 and something dollars, $333.40 we would save in interest. All right, kind of cool. So that's one way you could calculate how much interest you saved. The other way you could calculate how much interest you saved is to find the interest this way again. Because with the extra payment, we only paid 52 months. So you could take 52 months times your monthly payment, see what that number is, subtract it off the amount you borrowed, and you should get $2,093 as well.